Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, it's going to be quite a quick one from me, but I've just logged into the game and I've noticed we've got a guaranteed champion event going on. Obviously, players are trying to keep up with interesting events, interesting stuff, but we're not getting any forewarning. So literally everything I'm dropping is as I see it in game, as you guys see it. So it might be too late, who knows, but I will give you my views on this guy and whether I'm going to go for this or not. I mean, it's 150 ancient shards. I'm actually up to 96 and we're coming up to a 2 times ancient, not this weekend, but should be the following weekend. So, you know, this is only really, I guess, for those people that desperately want this champion, or they just decide that a guaranteed legendary on these events is actually a better use of their shards than doing a 2 times, which is not a bad call, by the way. It's actually not a bad call as the game's kind of evolving. If you're a newer account, like my free-to-play, this is not... Well, obviously, I wouldn't have 150 shards anyway, but it's perhaps not the best time to go for it. But let's have a look at this dude. He's one of the new legendary champions. He looks freaking cool. Raid obviously knocked that out of the park every single time. He's got the oversized jackets, but is he any good? He's got a decent speed here. 101 speed is always nice to see. Over 100 is always pretty damn good. Good base stats, so that's all going in his favor. Pretty high base resistance as well, actually, for a non-dwarf. Good to see. So what we got? Support champion, attacks one enemy on his A1, transfers a random debuff from this champion to a target. Also a chance to steal a random buff. So 75% chance to steal in a buff. It's the RNG factor's coming in. Transfers a random debuff from himself is not ideal either, but it's not bad. It's not a terrible A1. We've got an A2 then. Increase accuracy on your team. Pretty decent. Places heal reduction on all enemies for 2 turns. There's not that many places where that's an amazing debuff at the moment. Also can book up to 100% chance of putting up block buffs on the enemy for 2 turns. Champions from Demonspawn, Undead, Knight Revs. This way it gets interesting. Cannot resist these debuffs. So it can have a block buffs ability, which would stop it from landing. Block debuffs ability, sorry. But if you think about the meta in Arena, with Demonspawn, there's like Kymar, Duchess, and probably a couple more, honestly. Undead, Sephirothus, you basically got a lot of champions in the Arena meta where you would not need accuracy to land these abilities. And that's huge. That's actually massive. So the block buffs particularly is good for the Arena. Increase accuracy on your team as well. So it's almost like I don't need accuracy to do what I'm doing, but I'm going to give everyone else accuracy to do what they need to do. And probably, hopefully, slow the team down that you're up against. So this is pretty cool. Now, has a 100% chance of placing block buffs. Yeah. So I'm not sure how the mechanics work on this, and I'll need to test it out, but he does attack and then places a heal reduction on all enemies. Also a chance of placing this. I'm not sure if this is a hit. If it's a hit, then you've got affinity issues. If it's not a hit and it just happens, then it's an amazing ability. So I kind of need to check the mechanics of this. I'm going to try and pull him quickly today and then try and do a guide on him later on today as well. So I'm going to try and do the 2 together. But either way, it's quite an interesting ability, mainly for Arena. Pretty cool as well if you're struggling against Hydra. AoE block buffs is just a great ability to have. Also in Doom Tower waves, there's a whole bunch of stuff where block buffs is good, but it's generally wave content or Hydra. So this ability here, if you don't have it yet on a 3 turn, is actually pretty solid. Then we've got the A3. So heals all allies by 30% of their max HP. So it's not, you can't just pump this guy's HP up and then you're good. It's on everybody's HP. But a 30% heal was pretty big. Then places increased defense. If 4 or more allies are alive, also places a shield. So 4 or more allies, that's not going to be Arena. Also places a shield buff on each ally for 2 turns equal to 30% of their max HP. So a 30% heal plus a 30% shield is actually pretty big. That's not happening in the Arena, though. He's not going to have 4 allies because you count yourself. So, again, it feels pretty Hydra-like. It feels like a Hydra-based ability. You then got Removes all decreased defense and weaken debuffs from this champion at the start of the turn, which makes him fairly hard to kill. But he does need to have a turn to make that happen. And he's got accuracy in all battles. Honestly, I can't see him changing up any metas. Yeah, he's not going to be suddenly the dude who's in the high-end plat arena meta, I don't think. I can see him fitting into some teams. This is a really solid heal mechanic. Really solid to have a shield as well when you're going through various content. He's not going to be like a clan boss champion. So he ends up being like a big bad support to just get you through content. And perhaps pretty damn solid for Hydra. But other than that, yeah, this isn't your whole team. It's just this dude. Yeah, it feels like he's close to being amazing, but he's not quite amazing. I will get him on my main. I will give him a bit of a playtest, but I can't see him being crazy for an endgame account. But I can see him being pretty damn solid to help you through content on a normal account. Like if this was a fusion, I'd be saying you probably should get him, but he's not going to be the massive game changer. He's not a Brogni. Yeah, he's not a Brado. But he's kind of in there as a solid champion with some good kind of support-based mechanics. So there you go, guys. Let me know down below. Are you in the mix for this? Are you going to be going for this? I will do, mainly because I like to pick up the legendaries I don't have. I can't see him just jumping into teams that I've currently got, unless something changes in the meta substantially. But he's looking grumpy. I like a grumpy look, so I'm going to pick him up. I've been Hell Hades. I will see you later.